All right, everybody, I'm Sal Sincata, and today I'm here with Rebecca. We are here in Missouri, in the middle of nowhere, and a lot of sunflower fields. I keep saying seeds, I don't know why, but a lot of sunflower fields that are here. But little did we know that sunflowers grow with their back to the sun, creating all sorts of lighting issues if you're trying to shoot it at around 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, which is what it is right now. So what we did was we went and found some open shade. And apparently all the bugs like the open shade as well. I'm a city boy at heart, and this is where we're gonna film our first scene. So behind me, what you're seeing is an open field where she will be backlit. And so we're gonna backlit Rebecca, and we're gonna get some fill light from a reflector. So right now, I showed you what's in my bag. I got a bunch of gear with me that I didn't wanna carry from the car. But I'm probably gonna start off with an 85 millimeter, and then I've got a reflector here that Christine's gonna help me with just to use some fill light. And I'm already thinking I wanna shoot it wide open. And the reason behind wanting to shoot it wide open is to get that kind of ethereal look and feel. I'm not looking, can somebody hand me a towel? Sorry, guys. I'm not looking to get everything in focus. I really do want a shallow depth of field, excuse me. Today, just so you know, it's 105 plus with the heat index, so we are gonna try and work fast to get what we're looking for. So I think we're gonna get some good stuff here. Let's just get to it, start shooting. Like I said, just a reflector, 85 millimeter lens, and the rest is there. Oh, girl, this looks amazing.
The important part to take away from this is to understand that the quicker you can move, you take a lot of the elements out of the shot, right? So this is a hot day. We've got a model, we've got our subject, we've got our senior, we've got our bride, and even on a hot day, we have to be able to create amazing images, regardless of temperature. And so it becomes very important that you are comfortable with your light, comfortable with your setup, and you understand what you're going to do before you actually do it.
Right there, Rebecca, beautiful, beautiful. Go off to your left again, and chin down. I like that, hand on.
Right now what I'm doing is I'm explaining to the model where the light is. I think it's very important to over-communicate with your subject so that they understand what they can and cannot do. The light that we're using is a reflector camera right. The sun in the scene is behind our subject, and I'm using that as an edge light on her hair. What she was doing is looking away from the main light source, and what that's going to do is create some weird shadows on her face. And so I'm instructing her on where to look and understand where the light is. Don't be afraid to over-communicate with your subject. Right here, you can see exactly what I'm saying. I'm shooting at a very shallow depth of field, so we're wide open, and what it's doing, it's just really making the subject pop off that background, right? We don't want them to get lost in the trees, which is very easy to have happen on a shoot like this. And you can see that I'm using the light behind her at about the 10 o'clock position. So it's creating that hair light and that edge light, which is adding to the separation. And then we're just using that reflector to fill to the front. So the only shadows that are being created are the ones from my light versus trying to use the sun as a main light source, which is going to create uncontrollable shadows unless you're scrimming it, which is an entirely different setup here. In this image, you can see exactly what I'm referring to with shadows. Here, she's just approaching some Rembrandt lighting. If she turns a little bit more, of course, it will be more, but that's not what I want. And so this is right in her zone. I position the light so she could look at camera, and I can still get some depth and shadow. Shadow's good. It's going to shape the face, right? So I'm not looking for flat lighting here, and it's giving me exactly what I wanted. Her face is popping. I'm over-communicating with her. I'm telling her what looks good. I'm encouraging her to bring her chin down to camera. Something else we see happen a lot is subjects don't know where to look, and so you've got to communicate with them what you're looking for. It's going to make for a great final shot.
Gotta be consistent with that light, Chris. Looking off and away.
What you just heard me say is I'm instructing my assistant to hold that light consistent. And so this is something else I see, you know, if you're going to have a good, assistant with you, they have to understand light. And if that light keeps moving, you're going to get unpredictable results. And so this is an assistant who does know what they're doing, but even then they're drifting because they don't see what you see in camera. And so again, communication is a big part here, and you're going to hear me repeat this over and over again. Communicate with your subject, communicate with your team, and you're going to get the results you're looking for.
So I'm going to switch lenses here. I've already gotten 160 different frames. I'm overshooting because I'm at 1.2, but now I'm going to switch to my 70-200, just kind of crush the background a little. Chris,
What you'll
I'm gonna
notice
cheat
here
you
is I
left
had
a
her
little
put
bit,
some
'cause
sunglasses
you're giving
on
her split
and
light.
adjusted the light left more. And the reason I did that is because now I'm shooting with a 7200. I'm going to be a lot closer to her, so bad lighting is going to be much more obvious. And because I moved that left a little bit more, it's closer to her line of sight. I don't want to blind her, so I felt like the glasses could work in this scene and be an element in the shot, but also maybe give her a little bit of protection so she could keep her eyes open.
Rebecca, bring your face left a little bit. Right there, beautiful. Yeah, grab the glasses, having fun with it. Yep, you love being out in the woods with all the bugs. Oh my God, it's so much fun. Okay, so here's what I like, where I need your help. This does look good, but her hair is just choking her out in the middle. So I want her looking at me.
So what's happening right now is there's a conversation between me and the makeup artist, and I'm getting her to adjust her hair. Hair is probably one of the most difficult things to fix in post-production, and so if you've got a bunch of strays or hair is choking them under the neck, it's better to get this figured out in the field than worry about it in post-production. That mindset of fix it in post is a very dangerous one unless you want to spend hours upon hours in Photoshop, making your job that much more difficult. It is much easier for you just to have somebody fix what you see right then and there in the field. So try to get it right in camera. It'll save you hours of work in the long run.
I'm pretty happy with what we got, and that's just one scene. You know, I think our total shoot time in here was probably about 15 minutes. So you can see that you don't really have to spend a whole lot of time in a scene to get something good. You don't have to overthink it. You don't have to overcomplicate it. All we were doing in this situation is working with what the scene is giving us. And right here, the scene is giving us natural light as a back edge light, and then the front light is just a silver reflector, and that's it. And these portraits, I think, are beautiful of her, and it's hot. So working faster is even more important. So let's get on to the next scene.